kick off to day 106. It's about 6:20 in the morning. Still figuring out my system with a new tent, so taking me a few extra minutes. Camped with a real good group, real friendly group, but you can see bubbles are overlapping with all these people skipping ahead from the fire behind us. There's a lot of people showing up, so it's getting crowded. Cool morning, chilly night. It got down to 44 last night, so it's just a couple days ago. It was like in the mid to upper 60s as the low. I think we got to 68. Now it's down in the mid 40s, so that's good. I like the cool weather. We should have a pretty easy day today. Not any real big up and downs till the very end, depending on how far I go. So we'll see how the day goes, and we'll see you down the trail. I'm about maybe, I don't know, a couple miles in. I saw a panorama. See all the haze. I think it's probably remnants of smoke from either that huge Chico fire or the park fire. That's what's everyone's skipping ahead of that and then landing on top of us. Skipping ahead from Bernie. So getting on the trail's getting crowded right here because there's a little sweet spot with no fires. So everyone's doing this section of the trail. So we'll deal with it. Here's an area where the whole hillside is covered in a jumble of these big rocks. And it continues all the way down there. But most of the time, and we encounter these all the time, most of the time the trail is just the same rocks. It's flat, thinned out, but you're walking on all these things, and it just makes footing. You really gotta watch your footing because they're sharp rocks and they move. Sometimes they're big like this, sometimes they're small like that. But you gotta do long traverses on all these rocks, and it just wears you out, and it's just mentally you gotta like watch every step. But this section is gorgeous. They cleared all the rocks from the trail, so you got them on either side of you, but you got a nice dirt trail with just minimal rocks to deal with. So whoever did the trail maintenance here, kudos. This is a treat. Okay, at the top of our morning climb, it wasn't bad. It's just a few miles, about 500 feet. You can see through the haze back there, you can still see Mount Shasta in the distance, maybe. Nice little mountain lake and ridgeline. Then this is the top of the pass, and is where I'm headed, down somewhere down here. You can still see there's quite a bit of haze. Maybe that's smoke, I don't know. I don't really smell smoke. Doesn't seem that bad, but yeah, visibility is impacted. So we'll see you down the trail. I had a little scary moment. Stopped to refill water, and just want to see where I'm at and plan the next step, and put my phone. The phone's just completely dead. I mean, nothing. Won't turn on, nothing. So that's a problem. I pull up my battery pack just to see if it'll, accept the charge or whatever, and it was at 0%. I took a couple tries. It wouldn't charge at first, but then it started to charge. But I think last night I was at like 68%, and my phone normally lasts like 2 or 3 days on the trail before I need to charge it. I keep it in airplane mode and conserve power. I even turn it off at night. So the battery performance has been outstanding. I have no idea how it got from 68% last night to 0 by like 11 o'clock in the morning. I didn't really notice what, I wasn't even looking at the level of charge this morning, but I checked it I checked my map like a half mile before the water source. It was fine, no problem there. It wasn't dim or anything. So something happened just in the last half mile. So that I had an early lunch, like at 11 o'clock. I charged it up to like 30%, 31%. And we'll see how it goes. Keep the fingers crossed. But, if the phone's dead, I got problems. Because, you don't know where you're at. You don't know, you don't have a map. You don't know where the water sources are, where the camp spots are. You can't call anyone. I mean, I can borrow someone's phone. Keeping fingers crossed that was just a one-off, but we'll be keeping close tabs on my phone going forward. All right, see you down the trail. Okay, nice little panorama. It's 1 o'clock, still got 30% on my phone, so hopefully everything's good there. Just look at all those layers of mountains in the foreground there, in the background. Just beautiful. Okay, so here's where some of the end of day logistics come into play. Just got water at a little creek crossing the trail. So I was 21 miles in at the water source. That's 4 o'clock. So kind of 3 options. The next water source is 7 miles away, and it's up and over a 1,500 foot climb. So I guess I could do that and go camp at the next water source, but 7 miles with a 1,500 foot climb at the end of the day, that'd be like 28, almost 28 and a half miles by the time I get to the camp spot, which is a long day with a big climb at the end. So not sure if I want to do that. The easy route is just hike another 2.5 miles downhill. But then I got a dry camp. There's a little campground there and a pit toilet and picnic table, so that's appealing. It's right at Highway 3. But that'd get me there probably 5 o'clock, maybe a little bit before 5. So it's kind of a little bit early, but I'd still do, 23.5 miles? So that's not bad. And then there's a camp spot, I guess, halfway up the climb. So that'd be maybe 25.5 miles halfway up the climb. So that's an option. Both those latter options, I'm dry camping, so I'd have to carry enough water to make it up, make the 7 miles up and over the hill between today and tomorrow, plus, camping, do a protein drink, a breakfast drink, and cook my dinner tonight. So those are just all the different options. Those are what you got to weigh at the end of the day. How far you want to go and how much water you're going to carry. I think I'm probably going to go for the easy option. So I loaded up on water, about 2.5 liters, just under that. I'm going to go probably down that campground with a picnic table, camp there early tonight and get a good night's sleep, hopefully, and then get up early and hike over the hill tomorrow morning when it's cool and I got a light pack because I'm not carrying all the water. So I think I'm going to choose that option. That'll give me some time in camp, and maybe I can take a look at sewing my pocket that the phone dropped through. That's always the evolving thought process at the end of the day, depending on where you're at and how far you got to go. By the way, just another rattlesnake. It was in the bushes already. It kind of half rattled at me and slithered away. It was maybe 2 feet away. Its tail was. I think it was pointing the other direction. It's hard when they're in the bushes and you can't really see them. You hear them before you see them, and immediately you just freeze because you don't know where they're at. But he was a couple feet away and he was headed the other way. So not a big deal, but that's like 3 rattlesnakes the last 4 days. So they're prevalent up here. All right, that's it. We'll see you down the trail. Periodically, I've talked about, embracing the suck and embracing being hiker trash, because pretty much everyone that hikes the PCT is termed themselves hiker trash, because you definitely lower your standards. You make do with what you got, and you make it work with whatever's around you. I've mentioned that a few times and given a few examples. A couple things where I've just recently got less of a hiker trash is the most recent resupply box Sandra sent me. She sent me 2 things that have helped greatly. If you remember, first 700 miles of the trail, I lost a lot of weight. Probably, 10 to 13 pounds. Went from 170 to like 159. And I think that was with my shoes on, so it was probably close to like, 157. And my pants kept slipping down, and it just got worse and worse. I could use my pack to hold them up for a while, but the more weight I lost throughout the Sierras, it just got worse and worse. So finally, I borrowed an extra shoelace from Gandalf, and I used shoelace as a belt. So that worked pretty good. It's kind of a pain, having to, tie a shoelace every time you went to the bathroom and that, but it worked. It kept my pants, kept me from looking like a 16-year-old skateboarder with pants falling down. But in the most recent supply box, Sandra found the belt for my hiking pants. So now I got a belt to hold them up. So that's working out great. The other thing was a little bit by choice, but I've been, trying to keep as much weight off my pack as possible, go ultralight. So instead of bringing nail clippers, I just used my pocket knife, mini pocket knife. So there's a pair of scissors on there, and they're surprisingly sharp. So I've been cutting my fingernails and toenails with the scissors, but that started to get old. It's hard to do, and it was just one of these days I was going to cut myself. So had Sandra, finally I bit the bullet and had Sandra send me out a proper pair of nail clippers. So I guess that's two ways I've become a little bit less hiker trash, but I'm still embracing it. You're still, eating ramen noodles or Nor rice sides every night for dinner, sitting in the dirt eating it, and so on and so forth. So anyway, a little bit about hiker trash and how things have improved slightly. Okay, close out for day 106. Today was a lighter day. Did a little bit less than 24 miles, I think 23.6. Only did like 1,200 feet of elevation climb. So it was a real easy, mostly downhill day. Got into camp real early. Wasted a little bit of time at lunch because still not sure what happened, but my phone died. I mean, as I was headed towards a spring, like, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes before, I was checking the map and phone worked perfectly. Got to the spring and nothing. Phone wouldn't turn on, nothing. It was just dead. Pulled out the battery pack and charged it up, and it was at 0% charge. So something happened. I looked at my battery usage, and like right at around that time, the battery just, went from, I don't know, like 40% to zero, like instantaneously. So I have no idea what happened. A little bit concerning though. I charged it up and it worked the rest of the day. So I'll keep an eye on it tomorrow, but it's scary when your phone dies and you're dependent on that for navigation and communication. That was kind of the big scare of the day. And that's kind of like 2 days in a row. Because if you remember yesterday, the phone, the hole in my pants pocket got big enough for the phone to slip through, and it fell out on the trail. Didn't notice it for another 100 or 200 feet. So, I temporarily lost it. So 2 days in a row had potential phone problems. So hopefully we can unbreak that streak tomorrow. Other than that, pretty uneventful day. Nice, easy hiking. Saw another rattler, but not much else going on today. Sky's real clear and blue where we're at now. It was kind of hazy, and saw, I think it was remnants of smoke from the, I don't know what they call it, the Chico or the park fire. But it looks like it's kind of cleared up now, so that's encouraging. Not sure if the fire's getting smaller or the wind's just shifted, but trying to keep ahead of the fires. So I guess that's it. Like 40 miles away from Etna, so we got 2 20-mile days. I'll probably try and do maybe 22, 23 tomorrow, and that'll make an easy day on Wednesday to get into Etna. Oh, the other thing is the weather's been fantastic. A few clouds in the sky. But it was nice and cool. It got down to 44 last night, and it was nice all day long. I'm not sure what the temperature was. I'm guessing mid to upper 70s, maybe 80. So let's hope that continues for a while. Other than that, everything's good. See you down the trail.